Good evening. Cheers. Prost. Skål. Whatever else they say. I'd like to know it in Japanese, actually. I'll get to that in a second. So, good evening. Or morning, or whatever it is. Most of my audience is from Japan. Go figure, eh? Stoffer's famous in Japan. I'm not. But yeah, I think it's to do with the cars. Certainly when I've done a load of the sort of the GTRs and stuff like that, and the little Yaris's and whatever, more Yaris's coming at you. But yeah, most of my audience is from Japan. Hey ho. So this is a catch up of what I've been up to, because I've had quite a bit on, and like I've discussed before, I can't vlog all the jobs that I do because they're jobs, you know. So I feel to vlog on them is a bit cheeky. So I've got a list of stuff that I've done over the last few days, so bear with me. I'll try and keep it crisp, short, simple, and to the point, but I can't promise it will be, because you know me, I'll go way off. So I went to a little car meet, but to get to this car meet I had a few friends pick me up outside my house. Here was a photo of the weapons of choice. Not actual weapons, no one actually reported that, there was no actual weapons. So my taxi was the silver, grey, whatever you want to call it, Maserati Gib. Maserati Gib. Gibrally. I don't bloody know what it is. God, she knows, I'm sorry. So yes, it was the Maserati was my taxi for one reason. Driven by the legend that is Pete. Ah, he is a dude. Here's a picture of Pete. So, look, here we go. Train. Got to do it, haven't we? This is the, oh God, what are we on? It's not 2042, is it? Is that the time? No, it is the 9 o'clock to Birmingham from Shrewsbury, calling at Wellington, Telford, then Telford Central, and so on. So, it was the you'll see in the pictures there was a Yaris, a Tesla, and a Maserati. The Maserati was my taxi, so I could get rolling shots of the Tesla and the Yaris. I'm trying to get this right, Jesus. I don't rehearse, you'd never guess. And yeah, here's some rolling shots. There you go. Like I'll fire a few rolling shots on while I'm chatting. So the Maserati, I thought it'd be some big sexy V8 or something. You know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, Maserati. Nope, turns out it's 2-litre turbo. Nice, refined, pretty fast, very quiet. It was all right. Don't get me wrong. I'm not moaning about Maseratis. Certainly not for a taxi. Pete does actually drive a, I believe, P100 Tesla. I could be wrong. He's got the rear-wheel drive version, so it's a bit of a hooligan's car as far as electric cars go. But someone crashed into the back of it, so his hire car from the insurance company was a Maserati. Oh, I wouldn't want to be that other person. Can you imagine what they're billing for that every day? It's got to be, and I swear to God, I'm not even exaggerating, I bet you it's about £500 a day that they're billing out for that hire car. Just because they can, because it's insurance. It's disgusting. But hey, I'm not going into a rant on that one. So we got the rolling shots. Then we went to town and we stopped up by Halfords and Pizza Hut and whatever. And I got a few shots of Dave's GR. Okay, so I'll run a couple of those while I'm chatting. I then proceeded to get in the GR, which he has the 320 conversion on it. So it's 320 horsepower, decat, different exhaust, few mods and cons and mods and bits. I don't know. Few mod cons, that's the one, and obviously some decals and bits and pieces. So it's just, again, another smart looking little motor. I've done a little GR video for 7 Value before, and this is another little GR, and it's, you know, like I say, smart car, very different to the Maserati, not as small as you'd think. Being a Yaris, I thought it'd be tiny. They're actually quite big. They've got a decent bit of road presence because of their sort of how wide they are, and there's not much on them that is Maserati. I believe it's the lights and the doors. Maserati, Toyota. I don't think there is much that is from the original Yaris. I think it's literally the lights and the doors that are original. Everything else, carbon roof, different, obviously different wings, different body, different floor plan, different engine, different. You get the gist. So I don't really know why it's called a Yaris. They could have just called it a GR4, but they didn't. They called it a Yaris, and that's what that is. So we got those shots. That was pretty sick. That was pretty cool. I don't really need to go on too much more. Oh yes, I do. I also had a photo shoot. Saturday morning, I don't know when this video is coming out, but Saturday morning, I had a photo shoot with an RS 500 Cosworth. These literally are hen's teeth. I'm not sure you'll ever see one driving on the road. If you do, they must be slightly stupid, because the value of these has now gone from silly to absolutely, excuse my language, fucking ridiculous. This one was valued at about 150 grand to my knowledge, not confirmed by the owner. I might be plucking at straws, but I've done a bit of research online, and one with 21,000 miles sold for 120 grand. Not on an auction, this is just from a dealer. 120 grand sold. This one's got 7,000 miles from new. Same colour, same car, same spec, so it's got to be worth quite a bit more. And it's immaculate. It's in better condition than my 5-year-old Kia. Yeah, it's lovely. Yes, it's a Ford, so when you indicate, chances are your brake lights come on, and when you flash, it probably stops. You know what the old Fords were like, but it is immaculate. I was like, oh my God. So, with that in mind, I thought, right, it's an 80s car, it's an 80s icon. So I'm going to do a little video, as I do, but this video is not going to have the photos, and I'm going to do the photos after. I'm going to run a little video that's quite iconic, to do with Cosworth. Not to do with Cosworth, no, I'll get criticism for that. It's an 80s track. It's related to something that Cosworth were related to. So yeah, fuck it, I'll just run it, here we go. So, that was the video. I did obviously take quite a few photos. Now, I had 1 hour for this shoot, and I'd like to thank Kev at Severn Valley for letting me photograph this car, because I, as you know, liaised with Severn Valley, and I saw that they had this, and I was like, let me come and photograph it. I ain't charging for this one. This is one I want on my portfolio, because it's an RS 500. It's simple as that. So I only had an hour. Not because of them. They were more than welcoming, and you know, Carl, the goat, the guy that is generally my driver on these days. We didn't take it anywhere, and he was glad we didn't take it anywhere. He's like, to be honest, Chris, I'm glad we didn't take it anywhere, because I didn't want to drive it. And I was like, yeah, I don't blame you. Just imagine that we were taking this car on a photo shoot, of which the customer or the owner of the car hadn't asked for, and someone drove into him. Or into us, or we crashed it, or curbed it, or whatever. Just imagine that you've got to explain that. Oh yeah, we had your car in for an MOT, and yeah, we kind of took it for a photo shoot that you didn't ask for, and now it's written off. Oh, I wouldn't want to be that phone call. So we didn't. We just kept it at Severn Valley. So the photos are all done in their yard, and in all fairness, it is a bloody cracking spot for it. You know, I was just like, we can do more here. We don't actually need to travel that far. Now that we've got some daylight, thank God, I can get out of that car park. Yeah, got some nice shots, so I'm going to run those with some more iconic 80s music, because why not? I'm an 80s, well, I was actually born in the 70s, but I'm an 80s kid. I grew up in the 80s. I like the 80s. This car was iconic. Poster pin-up, and there is some nice big acrylics on the way to go to some various houses to do with this car. So, there you go. That's what I've been up to. That's a catch-up of Chrisography. And once again, thanks for joining me. If you like what you see, then obviously chuck a thumbs up, drop a comment, let me know your favourite, all the usual rubbish, but quite frankly, just enjoy it. Just sit back, if you're still here, enjoy some photos, enjoy some music, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!